Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy.
I'm Lucas.
And welcome back to PAXed, and today we're going to be reviewing the VAXEE Zygen NP-01.
What a winded name.
Yes, and this mouse is actually from the makers of Zowie, and they apparently left Zowie and made this company, and now they're making mice, which is dope because Zowie makes great mice. It's just they never updated anything.
Yeah, they made
Sad.
phenomenal mice and then just didn't really update anything on them. So they were left with like rubber cables and regular mouse feet. So let's see how they did on this guy.
Yes, so this mouse is going for 60 bucks, not a bad price. And we just want to go over the unboxing experience first of all. It was terrible. It's one of the worst that we've ever experienced.
Yeah.
The box looked really crappy. It was just white.
It was like a white box with just said the name.
Yeah, it just said the name, and then it was like a really thin flap, and you open it up, there's the mouse, and that's it.
There was nothing. I mean, I guess it's good no BS packaging, you know?
Yeah.
But there's like no product information, no extra skates, no grip tape, nothing.
Yeah.
So for a simple unboxing experience, it's great. But I mean, if you were expecting like a G-Wolves type of unboxing experience, you won't get that here.
Yes. Also, if you guys do want to get it, we'll leave a link in the description box, but let's get it started off with the overall shape.
Yes, the important details.
Yes, so Lucas, well, when we first got it, I was like, oh, this is a pretty nice ambidextrous shape, shaped mouse. And then I was using it, and then Lucas was like, so you like the shape? I was like, yeah, it's nice. And then he told me that it was an ergonomic shape. I was like, yo, what? This is an ergonomic shape? And then if you look on the bottom, it's definitely an ergonomic shape. It's very, very interesting.
It's so it's kind of subtle about it. It's kind of subtle. Unless you look at the bottom, it almost looks, even just from the top down angle, it's only very subtly ergonomic.
Yeah.
Which I think is very interesting because usually what you expect from an ergo mouse is like a G-Wolf skull or like a Razer Death Adder, where it's freaking massive and it's like it just fills out your hand and you're only gonna palm grip it. With this, it's the right size to where I can still fingertip it comfortably. The arch isn't just way up in the air, which I really like. So I think it's definitely an interesting shape.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. The skull and like all other ergonomic mice, I guess besides the M4, the M4 is like very, very, I guess, pulled back compared to the other ergonomic shapes. But this is literally, it's crazy. If you look from the back of the mouse, you can see it's literally flat. It looks like an ambidextrous shape, you know? Most ergonomic shapes have like that crazy slant. It's like almost 45 degrees, you know? So anyways, the shape is all awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
Palm grip feels awesome. The arch is kind of high. It reminds me of a G Pro Wireless a little bit, you know? It's not like a rounded one.
Because it's very high profile and it stays pretty high profile from the butt end all the way over to the actual end. So I mean, it feels really nice. The arch is kind of centered, but a little bit more towards the back. And it's really nice. And it looks like the shell is all one piece. You can very subtly see the little divot in there from where it was put together, but it looks so sleek, and I really like the sort of feel of the mouse.
Yeah, and the only part of the mouse that's pretty much ergonomic is, I guess, the left side. If you guys look, it kind of protrudes out a little bit at the end of the mouse so that it caresses your thumb, which feels awesome. Also, if you fingertip, it feels great as well. There's really no problem with, I really had no problem with fingertipping in this mouse. So, I mean, I feel like most people will find this general mouse shape to be very comfortable. You know, fingertip grip, palm grip, claw grip. If you have a small size hand, medium size, large size hand, I feel like it'll be great.
Yeah, you can really tell that a lot of thought went into the design, and we definitely appreciate that. So it worked well for both of us. We both really love the shape. As far as the weight goes, this guy actually weighs in at 75 grams, but we're gonna double check.
Yes.
And it says excluding cable, so there is that.
Yes, 75 grams on the dot.
There we go,
Okay.
75, they didn't lie to us.
The weight, 75 grams, I would say nowadays, people care about weight a little too much. They want the lightest mouse available, but 75 grams is like just the perfect sweet spot for me, I feel like, right? For you too, right?
It's like lighter than your average mouse a couple years ago, but right now, obviously they're all super light. But like a G Pro Wireless is like 80 grams or so. And so it's just under that. So I really don't mind it. That's a perfect weight. I wouldn't want it much heavier. So it's good. It's right smack dab in the middle. And then no hole punch design, which I really appreciate. So sick of that design.
Exactly. So as far as the mouse 1 and 2 clicks go, they're using Huano switches.
They feel good.
They feel great.
They feel great.
Yeah, it's a very light, click, but it doesn't feel mushy. It's very hard to explain, right?
Yeah, it's such a strange thing because they're super light to click, but you can definitely it's very tactile still. When you're pressing down, and you definitely have to be thinking about it to press it down. You can't just sort of accidentally click really, even though they're light, and they feel really good. Feels nice and tactile. I like the click, and that's a very important thing for me. I have to like how the click feels, otherwise I can't use the mouse.
Exactly. And there's not a lot of pre-travel, not a lot of post-travel either. I feel like it's just the perfect amount for me personally. The mouse 1 and 2 buttons feel great, as do the side buttons. They remind me a good amount of the G Pro Wireless. It feels great, it feels tactile. I would say there's a little bit more pre-travel and post-travel as compared to the mouse 1 and 2, but that's normal for a side button.
Yeah, and I really think they're placed very well. I mean, they're more towards they're a little farther back than normal, but I feel like it's really perfect. I can hit it just with sort of the meat of my finger instead of having to move my finger all the way up to hit them. And they're as loud, if not louder, than the mouse 1 and 2, which is weird. Doesn't really matter at all, but just a weird fact.
Yes, and the scroll wheel is super. You guys hear that? Very, very loud scrolls, but it has very nice tactile steps, and it's easy to press as well. So they did a great job on the buttons on this mouse.
Yeah, all of the buttons and the shape so far is phenomenal.
As far as the cord goes, it's just a regular paracord. Mad respect. They did not name the paracord.
Yep, they did
the
not.
Zygen Infinite Cord.
The Omega Infinite Cord.
Yeah, all companies do this. It's just a paracord. It feels great. It doesn't really get in the way or anything.
Yep. So. And something interesting that I noticed is the little rubber part that connects it into the mouse here is actually angled a little bit upwards, and that's to keep it from sort of dragging against the mouse pad when you pick it up or anything like that. And that's a nice little feature. Good attention to detail there from Zygen, so we appreciate that for sure.
And as far as the skates go, it looks very similar to, I guess, the FK2, or I guess these Zowie mice. There's one large one up top, and then there's one large one on the bottom. We got pure PTFE skates, which feels very quick, very fast, but it's super duper thin. Look at that. So I don't really know about the durability of the skates, and also it didn't really come with extra skates, which kind of sucks. But yeah, they feel nice.
So on the bottom of the mouse, we've also got 3 separate buttons we've got DPI for the one all the way on the left. In the middle, we've got your polling rate, and on the right, we've got adjustable click latency from 2, 4, and 8 milliseconds on the steps there. I'm not sure where I would use this personally, but
I want it as slow as possible, right?
Yeah, I mean, let us know if you guys use that, and if so, what it's used for.
Yes.
You guys, because I would just want to keep it at the lowest setting at all times. So interesting.
But yeah, I really like this layout because it's basically a plug and play mouse. You don't really need to download any type of software if you don't want to. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
As far as the RGB goes, there is no RGB, and I do not care. So there's that. Are you sad?
An underglow would have been cool.
Oh my god. But yeah, I mean, I feel like it would have added weight, and 75 grams, if it was a little bit heavier, I feel like a good amount of people wouldn't like that. So they probably try to keep, the shape and everything about this mouse is just great. And I feel like they added everything that they needed to, and they added stuff that they didn't need to, like RGB, you know what I'm saying? But that's just my opinion. I'm sure a lot of people will get offended by that.
I want underglow.
Oh my god. All right, as far as the build quality goes and the actual surface, so this is where I ran into quite a bit of issues for me personally. Lucas actually didn't experience this for some reason, because you have sweaty ass hands.
Yeah. I
don't have sweaty hands, or I guess like that sweaty of hands, But okay, so the surface is different, right? Here on the back, or I guess throughout the entire mouse, besides the mouse 1 and 2 buttons, it's a smooth finish, which feels great. It doesn't really pick up all too much fingerprint marks or anything. It looks dope. It reflects light really well too.
Yeah, it's smooth like the G Pro Wireless, but a little bit glossier.
Yeah, exactly. And it's slippery. So for me, my pinky, I fingertip grip, right? My pinky and kind of my ring finger would slip occasionally, like a good amount. when I was playing with this mouse for some reason. And obviously I didn't have any issues with the mouse 1 and 2 button because there is this nice coarse finish to it. Reminds me a lot of Razer's finish, you know? So that's just something that I noticed, but Lucas didn't notice. So.
Yeah, personally, I didn't have that issue. I do love how on the mouse 1 and 2, they got that sort of textured finish. I think that's very unique. I definitely like that they did that. On the, as far as the slipping situation goes, I would definitely look out for that. I personally didn't have any issues with it, but if you're worried about it, look into some grip tape for it, either from a third party or if they're gonna start selling it sometime soon. Look into that for sure.
Yes, get some mob grip tape. Then I just put it on here and you'll be good to go, you know?
Yeah.
Also, the build quality is great, you know? Obviously, because it's a little bit heavier, they probably use thicker plastic for the chassis. There's no rattling inside the mouse. It feels good. There's no like creaking or anything either. So the build quality is great on this mouse. So yeah, wrapping things up, I really liked it, you know? Will I use it? I don't know. I experienced the slipping a good amount. So just because of that, I'd probably stay away from it, just me. But obviously if you don't experience that, I feel like most people will enjoy it.
Yeah, so for me, on the things that really matter to me personally on a mouse, I really liked it. Like I love the shape. It reminds me of my baby, the G Pro Wireless. I like the little textured grips on there. The sensor feels great. They're rocking a 3389 in there. And it feels really nice. I love the clicks as well. So the things that really matter to me and speak out to me for a mouse, I really like. But for 60 bucks, I'm not sure. I'm not sure because it doesn't come with anything extra. It doesn't come with grip tape, doesn't come with extra skates. It would be very iffy.
Yes.
You would have to be very sure that you like this mouse before you get it. And that's sort of what the review is for, to let you know what we like and then what we didn't like about it, so you can choose what's important to you.
Also, aesthetically, obviously that has nothing to do with how the mouse will perform, but I don't really like how it looks, to be honest. And if you guys saw the prototypes with like the silver finish and like the black like buttons, like the black mouse 1 and 2 buttons, it just didn't look that good to me personally. And this all black one, I guess, looks a little bit better, but still not one of my favorites.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, I feel like they went for a very no BS approach to it.
Yeah, that's dope.
To everything.
Yeah.
Unboxing experience with the mouse itself. I like it. Yeah. I like it. I approve.
But anyways, that's our review on the VAXEE Zygen NP-01. Again, if you guys do want to get it, we'll leave a link in the description box. But that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
See you in the next one.